Welcome to round 9 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. We are at the Zelterzerg circuit in Kegums, and this is the MXGP of Latvia. We are about an hour's drive from the capital, Riga, in Latvia, which is the largest of the 3 Baltic states. We've already had MX2 and MXGP Race 1. Race 2 is coming up next. And before we arrived here, Kai de Wolf held a 60-point lead at the top of the MX2 standings. We'll see the highlights in a few moments' time from Race 1. But it was an interesting encounter. A lot of interesting things happening as well. And riders, well, just coming unstuck around this racetrack. I'm pleased to say that the sun has come out now for the second time today, because earlier on today, we had a moment for about an hour or so early on in the day where we had rain, and then at the end of MX2 Race 1 and throughout the break before MXGP Race 1, we had a massive deluge, left the MXGP track underwater. But as you can see now, the sun is out. There's been some track prep out on track. MX2 riders on their sightings laps now, and we are, the circuit, 1,800 meters, 1.118 miles long. Kai de Wolf was victorious here last year. He took his maiden MX2 Grand Prix victory with a double race win. Who will it be that stands on the top step here today, though? Well, we are about to find out, because race 2 is coming up in just a few moments' time. First time we came here was back in 2009. Rui Gonçalves, the Portuguese rider, was victorious in MX2 that day. Since then, in all classes, 32 riders have stood on the top step of the podium. But before we go anywhere, let's check out the highlights of that first MX2 race as the riders work their way back into the waiting zone. Here's what happened earlier, and you'll see how conditions changed towards the end of the race. MX2 Race 1 then, and gate 5 or 6 over on our left-hand side, the number 19 of Sasha Coenen. He kept it in there longest. It looked like the 96 of Lucas Coenen would grab that foxhole shot, but he stumbled midway through. The 74 then found his way into second, Langenfelder into third, Lucas Coenen was then in fourth. Harup just getting tagged there as he went through. He was around about 8th place. He would have to pick himself up from last. He would eventually come home in 7th on that Monster Energy Triumph. The circuit had been prepped in the break since the EMX 250 race, so it was pretty high speed. That was Zanke going down out of 7th place. He picked himself up in 17th. Liam Evertsen fell from 5th. A couple of corners later, his teammate Adamo upended himself here just at the bottom of the camera. He then had to stop out on track to fix something on the bike. He was then pushed down to 20th. He eventually came home in 13th place. That was a big moment, though, for the 74 of de Wolf as he challenged Sasha Coenen for the lead. He dropped to 3rd. A lap later, he found his way up the inside of Lucas Coenen, and then a couple of corners after that, he was past Sasha Coenen as well. Those things happening on laps 4 and lap 5. And as quick as the 74 found his way through, so too did Lucas Coenen around Kid Brother. Then it started to rain heavily. This was on the last lap. Kai de Wolf crossing the line for his 4th win of the season. Lucas Coenen, his 5th win of the season. Lucas Coenen was next, and then Sasha Coenen rounding out the top 3. Anyway, let's go down to Lisa. She caught up with both the Coenen brothers, starting with Sasha, who bagged his 7th foxhole shot.
We're almost ready for the penultimate race of the day, MX2 Race 2, but let's catch up with one of the main protagonists from that first race. It's Red Bull KTM Factory MX2 rider Sacha Coenen. Sasha, as always, you got the good start, you were leading the way. Okay, you lost the lead, but you finished P3. That was your best race result so far this year. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm more happy than other results, but yeah, I just want more, and yeah, start was good. Had a good pace in the beginning, and then started to make some mistakes with the lappers. And yeah, then give the lead and start to just riding, follow them to see their lines a little bit. And yeah, riding was not too bad. Just the lappers were really difficult to pass, and they don't go on the way, so it's a bit difficult.
It's funny, before the interview, I did say, are you happy? And you said you just want to win. But looking at the positives, you know, do you feel like you guys are getting there? You are making inroads?
I think, yeah, I'm getting there close. Quite not so fast as I want, but yeah, it's getting.
Best of luck for the second race. Thank you, Sasha. From one brother to another brother, it's Lucas Coenen. Lucas, let's talk about that first race. Nice battle there with your teammate. You passed him when he made a mistake. He passed you back. How was it from your seat?
I mean, race was quite tough. I mean, was quite flat. I made some little mistakes. I'm not so comfortable with the bike, so I mean, we will try to make the best out of it and have a good battle. But yeah, Sasha was running really good. Kai made a mistake there, and I passed him, and then was a bit close with him over there. But now we will show how we ride normally. Will be better now, so yeah, it will be fun.
Actually, we just spoke to your bro, and he had his best race result of the season, Sasha. Do you guys exchange notes after the race?
Yeah, exactly. We change almost everything. We do the track map, and then we look what we can improve. But I mean, now we try to do it even better, and we'll see.
Best of luck. Thank you, Lucas. Okay, good luck to the guys. It's time for race 2 of MX2.
So here we are then at round 9 of the FI Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Latvia. And we are almost working our way to the halfway stage, which will be in 1 week from now, the MXGP of Italy and Maggiora. We get a week off, and then we do the double headers in Lombok there in June and July. We get a week off, we go to Czech Republic and Flanders, a week off, then we've got 3 in a row. And then we work our way towards the end of the season there with the MXGP of Castilla-La Mancha in Spain, in Kozar. And the big one, look, the Monster Energy FA Motocross Nations at Matterley Basin, the first weekend of October on the 6th. Let's take a look at how the riders line up for their second race, just like they did for race 1. Kai de Wolf on pole for the 4th time this year. It's a Nestaan Husqvarna 1-2 as they go to the line. And then Simon Langenfelder, Andrea Adamo, Mikkel Harup, Sasha Coenen, Oriol Oliver and Liam Everts. So with Kai de Wolf starting on pole, Lucas Coenen second, Langenfelder third. This is page 2. Ferruccio Zanchi lining up in 9th ahead of Quentin Prunier, Rick Elzinger, Jack Chambers, Jens Wolfort and the rest of the riders. 28 riders going to the grid for MX2 race 2. Kai de Wolf was your winner from race 1. He extends his championship lead over Lucas Coenen from 59 over the course of the weekend, including the Ram qualifying race on Saturday. He now leads by 63 heading into race 2. No wonder the Dutchman is all smiles. But what can his teammate do here, Lucas Coenen? He's proved in the sand that he can beat, or be a match at least, for Kai de Wolf. This one is going to be an absolute humdinger if they both get out front. We've had some work on the track. The sun looks like it's staying out now. No more rain planned from here on out. Simon Langenfelder had a lonely ride in the first race, coming home in 4th on that Red Bull Gas. But it was Sasha Coenen who led with his 7th foxhole shot of the season. But it took 7 laps for Kai de Wolf to find his way through into the lead. Andrea Adamo, an up and down race. He was in around 5th or 6th place when he fell, just after his teammate Liam Everts fell. He then remounted in 8th, stopped on track to fix something with the bike. He went down to 22nd, and eventually he came back to 13th place. So Andrea Adamo hoping for better, but when I saw him in the break, he said he's nothing to worry about, he's feeling okay, and he's getting ready for race 2. It was his mistake that caused the crash. It went too deep into one of those deep berms. That's the view down, 95 metres to that first turn. It's 180 right. Immediately after you come out of there, we've got the foxhole shot line. 1 or 2 riders just making their way to the gate, and then we will be under starters' orders to get MX2 Race 2 underway here in Latvia. The Zelterzerg circuit, MX2 Race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. Who will be standing on the top step of the podium this weekend? Just over a year ago today, a year and 5 days ago, Kai de Wolf stood on the top step to take his maiden MX2 Grand Prix victory. The fly race in 15-second border for the final time this weekend for MX2. The 2 Nestaan Husqvarna riders inside gates. Lucas Coenen looked like he bagged the whole shot, but he just messed up mid-turn, allowing his brother, the number 19 of Sasha Coenen, to go through. Will he make the same mistake this time? And this time it's Simon Langenfelder who holds the tight line, but then he runs wide, and it's de Wolf. De Wolf with the foxhole shot. Sasha Coenen somehow staying up on two wheels. A couple of riders going down, though, through that second corner. De Wolf for the second time over the foxhole shot line. Adamo it was that fell through turn 2. So he has an absolutely monumental task now. Look how heavy it is after they've prepped this part of the track after all that rain. Sasha Coenen second, Lucas Coenen third. Quentin Prunier is fourth, ahead of Everts. Then Warvort, Harup 7th, Langenfelder 8, Oliver 9, and the Spaniard Martinez 10, ahead of Zanchi of Italy, Chambers of the USA. Great start for Jack Chambers this time around. Jack Chambers 17th in race 1 on the bike kit Kawasaki from Florida. Can he work his way into the top 10 in race 2? Seat bounce over that double. Lucas Coenen looked a little bit tentative there as Sasha launched all of about 45-50 kilos of his body weight a lot more freely. But the amount of rain that we had at the start of MXGP race 1, the track was underwater. The track crews have done a fantastic job to get it looking so dry, crisp and clean. But Adamo down in 23rd at the moment, having fallen at the end of pit lane right at the start of the race. The defending champion is having one of those seasons. Here's Harup, the number 11. He's alongside Langenfelder. Those two fighting over 6th place. Langenfelder looked like he was going to grab the foxhole shot, but he obviously ran wide and lost a lot of positions. Here he is trying to make amends. Very soft and sloppy down here at this bottom end of the circuit. The start straight, you'd hardly know that it was under water a couple of hours ago. See how heavy those berms are as well to the outside. Another great start for the third rider in shot there, the 51, Oriol Oliver in red on that WZ. Racing, oh, we've got a rider down. It's De Wolf. De Wolf goes down from the lead. Right at the start of the opening lap, he gives himself a bit of a head shake as well. Did he have a heavy landing there? Because if he jumped to the inside, it's possible that he landed heavily and got thrown over the handlebars. Sasha Coenen takes over. Lucas Coenen second. An opportunity for the number 96 to make inroads into the points lead that was 63 after race 1 between him and the championship leader, Kai de Wolf. And then he throws it away again. Just before the step up, his race going from bad to worse. He goes out of 8th place. Needs to get his emotions in check pretty quickly. He's back on the charge there, just behind what looked like Adamo from that aerial shot. And he is, he's down in 18th place now. Oh, a bit of a sting in the tail then. No doubt the 96 would have seen it, and he goes down as well. The Nestaan boys having a nightmare. Picks himself up behind Harup, but you can imagine Langenfelder's gone through as well. He's going to be in around about 6th or 7th place. Sasha Coenen here, just minding his own business. You see how unforgiving the track is down there. Very, very heavy. He's having to lean back as far as he can. Prunier is up to 2nd for F&H Racing. He's 5 seconds further back. But Everts up to 3rd, Langenfelder 4th, Harup 5th, Coenen, Lucas Coenen in 6th. So already a lot to unpack in the early stages. Not even completed lap 3 yet. This is where Kai de Wolf fell a lap ago from the lead. Watch this. Might just to the side there, look. So he obviously got kicked around on the outside here to go down there. Picks himself up, rejoins the race, and then fell again through this part of the racetrack here. Obviously went off track somewhere just on the takeoff. Well, I tell you what, he had to correct there, didn't he, Sasha Coenen? This is the second mistake. Watch this. Oh, too deep. Wow. Heavy landing there again. for Kai de Wolf. There you go, a bit of a kick right in the bottom. That's why he had to correct Sasha Coenen. Sasha Coenen, the fastest rider on track at the moment, at 2:03.4. He's got a 7.5 second advantage. Over Quentin Prunier, the F&H rider. Is that him? Bottom right of the corner screen, but here's de Wolf doubling his way in behind Jens Wolford, or is it Koika? It's Koika in 14th place. De Wolf goes by. This is going to be one of those monumental rides, or is it? He throws it away again. Out of 14th, de Wolf. Meanwhile, Lucas Coenen sneaking past Mikkel Harp into 5th at the bottom of the hill there. What an eventful ride, and he almost gets unseated again through that first turn. A lot of soft patches out on track where they fluffed over the water, and obviously it looks great, but there is a lot of slick ground lurking beneath that dirt. You won't know until you hit it, as Kai de Wolf just found out a moment ago. Side panel hanging off the side of the motorcycle there. Filter is hiding just behind there somewhere, so going to be taking on a lot of dirt there. Watch this here, comes in just the front end, goes around about now. Gets around a couple of riders, although Sampo Rainio not making it very easy for him on the 42. De Wolf back down in 19th place. Needs to just settle down here, doesn't he? He's going to have wet, dirty, muddy grips. Sometimes when you try too hard to make up time, guess what? That's when the mistakes come. Is that where the last one came from for de Wolf? Here's Rick Elzinga, the 44, going after Jens Wolford. These two fighting over 8th place at the moment. Two Dutch riders. Mistake there, running too hot on the KTM. Elzinga not able to capitalise though. The SB Racing KTM rider still hanging on to that 8th position. But he's going to hard charge down the inside. Brave there, has to sit down just to steady his ship. And he does find his way past the 489. Over the liquid molly jump then for Rick Elzinga. He's been on the podium here previously in the MX250 a couple of years ago. But going to be just inside the top 10 as things stand right now. But Sasha Coenen, he continues to lead. Quentin Prunier has been passed by Simon Langenfelder. Langenfelder now 2nd, Prunier 3rd. Here's Everts in 4th, and Lucas Coenen in 5th place. Again, Lucas Coenen half attempt to get that double, but he also knew that there was a danger there of connecting with Liam Everts on the way through. Very tight through there. He's a frustrated young Belgian underneath that helmet of his, isn't he? Quentin Prunier at the sharp end, learning how to breathe all of a sudden because The intensity level is high here, especially when you're up there in second as he was, and now third, under pressure from Liam Everts, Lucas Coenen and Mikkel Harp, number 11 there, on that Triumph. Right, Everts gets passed by Coenen. Lucas Coenen then up into 4th place. And Harp diving down the inside of the Belgian as well. 2 positions lost in 2 corners for the number 72. Oh, I'll tell you what, Prunier keeping Lucas Coenen to the outside, but he dives back anyway. He may lose out at the end of the start straight as the F1H rider just holds a tighter line. But again, quickly passed. Coenen now up in the 3rd place. Working our way towards the end of lap 5. Sasha Coenen and Simon Langenfeld are still separated by 12.3 seconds. Lucas Coenen now up into 3rd. Quentin Prunier down to 4th. Harp up to 5th. And Everts is down to 6th place. Then we've got Oriel Oliver, Rick Elsinger, Jens Wolvort, and Bobby Bruce on the bike at Kawasaki. Dislocated the shoulder on this jump yesterday. And he is there circulating in 10th place. Cars makers just outside of the top 10 in 11th. Julius Mikkola having a great ride at the moment, the young Czech rider. He's in 12th, Koika 13, Adamo 14, then Chambers as Harp dives down the inside of Prunier. Prunier dives back around the outside though and holds on to that 4th place. Prunier hanging on to 4th at the moment. But for how much longer? Because Mikkel Harp comes into land on that Monster Energy Triumph. Prunier knows he's there. He'll keep him to the outside as long as he can. But Harp, well, he tried to get back across there, but the Frenchman denied him once again. Great to see Prunier up there. He's looking at 5th overall as it stands right now. He was 7th in Portugal. How cool would it be for him to finish top 5? But there's a lot of riders in and around that top 5 at the moment, 1 or 2 points in it. So he's still got some work to do. Hoping he's got a good groundwork sponsor, because he's going to have to do some serious deep digging between now and the end of the race. Quentin Prunier. Harp, relentless though, look. Tries to go long, he's going to try and jump long here, but again, closes the door on him, does Prunier. 6 laps complete for these guys. Just where they fluffed the track there after the landing, though, it would have been better to leave that because it was more open. But now it's just very heavy and just one line pretty much filtering through the middle. Oh, Harp is down. What happened there? Did he hook up with Prunier? Out of 5th place. Oh, wow. Strange one. Front end just came up on him. Harp then, where does he remount? He is in, I think, well, he's dropping down the leaderboard. Elsinger's gone through in 7. Harp in 8th place. Is Lucas Coenen. He is 7.9 seconds behind Simon Langenfelder at the moment, in 3rd place. You put the flag out now. Actually, we'll do that in a moment. Just under 15.5 minutes plus 2 laps to run here. MX2, race 2. Sasha Coenen, who was 3rd in race 1, continues to lead race 2. If you put the flag out now, he is going to stand on the top step of the podium. He's going to take his first race win of his career and his first overall Grand Prix victory as well. His first podium. Lucas Coenen will be 2nd on 42 points. Simon Langenfelder will be 3rd on 40. Meanwhile, Kai de Wolf still fighting his way through traffic. He is up to 15th after a plethora of mistakes. These riders are seriously having to dig deep. As we cross the line then at the end of lap 7, Sasha Coenen, Simon Langenfelder, Lucas Coenen here in 3rd. Quentin Prunier is still hanging on to 4th, just. But a lap ago on this jump here, Mikkel Harup had a huge crash. He was challenging Prunier for that 4th place when the front end just came up on him and he had to abandon ship. Everts now up to 5th, Oliver 6th, Elzinga 7th, Harup in 8th place, Walfort 9th, and Bobby Bruce hanging in there in 10th, ahead of the defending champion, Andrea Adamo, who's just moved into 10th, finding his way past Kai Karsmakers. So Adamo, sorry, 11th, Karsmakers 12th, Zanke and De Wolf have eased past Mikula. Mikula down to 15th position. Here's Langenfelder, 9.3 seconds behind Sasha Coenen. At 2:06, he was a full second quicker than the Belgian, who's there in the opposite direction, jumping his way across that double. Kai de Wolf going by Kai Karsmakers. The 33 then, de Wolf up to 13th. He knows he's got a good, comfortable lead. He had more than 2 races clearance over Lucas Coenen heading into this one. 63 points. Remember, it's 25 points for a win, 22 second, 23rd, 18, 16, 15, and then single drops down to 20th place, where you pick up 1 championship point. No fairy tale return to Kegums here for the 74 this year. Won one a year ago, took the red plate, won his first Grand Prix. And despite arriving here as the championship leader with a healthy cushion, a win in race 1, yep. Qualifying race win on Saturday, yep, tick. Race 2, come crashing down. He's currently almost a minute down on the leader with the mistakes that he's made in this second race. Still pushing on though. Knows he has the machinery, knows he has the fitness and the sand skills to match. Here's Oriol Oliver, the 51 on the WZ Racing KTM in red. He's in 5th position at the moment. He's found his way past Quentin Prunier, so too is Everts. So Everts here in 4th, Oliver 5th, Prunier 6th, Elzinga a couple of seconds behind the Frenchman for F&H Racing. So Everts just trying to salvage something here. It's going to be 4th overall as it stands right now. 5th in race 1. Looking at 4th in race 2. But with just over 11 minutes plus 2 laps to go, Sasha Coenen, he still holds a commanding lead over Simon Langenfelder. Liam Everts, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, circulating in 4th. Oriol Oliver on course for what would be 6th overall here this weekend in Latvia. That'll be his best result of the season. He had 2 9ths in the last 2 rounds, France and Germany. Kai de Wolf up the inside of Bobby Bruce. Bobby Bruce riding with that damaged shoulder. These two are going to be duking it out over 12th place at the moment. Kai de Wolf looking to go down immediately. Bruce does try to respond. Does find his way back past the Nestaan Husqvarna rider. But no strength in that shoulder at the bottom of the hill. De Wolf sails on by. Good effort though this from Bobby. Elzinger has found his way into 6 as well. He's moved by Quentin Prunier this time around. Must have been right on the line as well, because only 3/10 in it, and Prunier goes down a couple of corners later. The F&H rider out of 7th place. Just folds the front, trying to keep Elzinger at bay. See how wet the dirt is, though. Just nothing to hold him in there. First race, that was perfect through that corner. Here's Adamo. He's up to 9th place now. So, despite falling at turn 2, minutes plus 2 to go then. MX2 race 2 here, the MXGP of Latvia. We are at the Zelta circuit, just outside of Kegums in Latvia. This 9th round is definitely proving to be one of those challenges once again. This racetrack always throws up 1 or 2 surprises, and Sasha Coenen is the biggest surprise of all at the moment. Got his first top 3 finish in race 1. He leads race 2. He's looking at the top step of the podium, his first ever podium in MX2. But he's under attack at the moment from Langenfelder, who's just whittling that gap down. It's now 9.3 seconds, but still a long way to go. 9.3 seconds when you've got 8 minutes plus 2. Lap time's now in around about the 2:07 mark, 2 minutes and 7. Here's Harp, the number 11, going after the 44 of Elzinger. These two are going to be duking it out over 6th position. Jack Chambers, meanwhile, from Florida, he's down in 17th place. So he's gone from 12th on the opening lap. Obviously had 1 or 2 issues, but his teammate at bike at Kawasaki with that dislocated shoulder yesterday put back in. He's soldiering on. He's 13th place at the moment. De Wolf has found his way past Sankey as he moves into 11th place. Here's how he did it. Back onto the start straight, carved a new line, out-dragged the HRC rider into turn 1. Still pushing. Here's the championship leader. Going after Quentin Prunier now. This will be for 10th. Oh! Thought the two were going to come together mid-air there. Been relentless in his pursuit, hasn't he? Watch this. Yeah, he had a bike length all day long, didn't he? Camera trickery. Using his long range. Oh, Bobby Bruce is down to 16th, and he's down again on that shoulder. That doesn't look good for Bruce. So Bobby Bruce, who was in, 13th place. Picks himself up, and that shoulder, you can just see, he's taken another battering. It was brave, to say the least. Disappointment for the young Brit. Meanwhile, Kai de Wolf continues his charge towards the front. Next man on his hit list, Jens Wolvort, the SB KTM Racing rider. He's in 9th, but he's 5.5 seconds ahead of de Wolf at the moment. De Wolf lapping 2:09 compared to the 2 minutes 12 of Wolvort. He'll be on his tail in no time and into that 9th place. What a ride this is for Sasha Coenen. I went and saw the Red Bull KTM guys after the first race just to check in on Adamo and make sure he was okay. And to say, you know, good job for Sacha Coenen. I said, you watch him, he'll go out and win the 2nd race now. Hopefully, that remains the case. You get that first top 3, all of a sudden, a bit of confidence, and that gives you this kind of confidence to carry on running with that lead, even with 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes plus 2 to go then. This is now Sasha Coenen's race to lose. And Lucas Coenen tips out of third. Nervous moments at the top of the championship table then between the top two. De Wolf and Coenen both having their moments in race 2. Oh, that was a big save. And this was where he went down just towards the end of the lap. So, a couple of moments then for the Coenen boys. Sasha almost off the side of the bike. Lucas did throw it down the track, but he does re-emerge in third place. So didn't lose a position, but Liam Everts has closed in on him. De Wolf closing in on Wolvorts. Those two still separated by, well, it was 3 seconds. The next intermediate sector is here in this corner. And all of a sudden, that gap between those two down to 2.5. He is still 4 points shy of a podium, though, is De Wolf. The story of his season so far, 3 podiums, 3 missing podiums. 2 podiums at the moment, but he still needs a handful of positions to get himself on there. Elzinga and Oriol Oliver. Elzinga passed the Spaniard into 5th place. The WZ Racing KTM rider trying to fight back, though. Good ride this from Elzinga. He's come from a long way down, hasn't he? Here's how he did it. Got out of the turn early. Clean dirt. Not as bumpy. Got alongside, and from there, he was in control. Two and a half minutes plus 2 laps to go now. MX2 race 2 here in Latvia. Rick Elzinga just finding his way into 5th with a pass on Oriol Oliver, the WZ Racing rider. The Monster Energy Yamaha now going after Liam Everts. Those two separated by about 4.5 seconds. There is Everts on the face of the jump ahead of him. So can he dig deep? Everts last time was a 209.2. Elzinga 208.9 whilst he was finding his way past Oriol Oliver. So is there going to be a 4th place here at the very least? Sasha Coenen continues to lead, 8.5 seconds clear of Simon Langenfelder. 13 laps complete by the top 3 riders any moment now, because Coenen and Langenfelder over the line. We wait for Lucas Coenen to break the beam. In fact, he's just a couple of riders ahead of Elzinga here, isn't he? So Coenen, Everts and Elzinga now all with 13 laps in the books. And Lucas Coenen is being caught by Everts because of a big crash a lap ago. Knocked the wind out of his sails a little bit. Now he's just trying to bring it home. But with Everts probably getting second wind and seeing his fellow countryman right there ahead of him, it might just spur on the 72 just to dig a little deeper in the closing stages. Put the flag out now. Sasha Coenen and Lucas Coenen take the top 2 steps to the podium. It will be Sasha Coenen's first ever visit to the podium in MX2 with her first ever race win and a first Grand Prix victory as well. Lucas Coenen would be 2nd overall. Langenfelder would be 3rd. And he's got 3 points clearance at the moment over Kai de Wolf. Mikkel Harup, Monster Energy Triumph, thought about diving down the inside of the WZ Racing KTM of Oriol Oliver, who's having a fantastic Grand Prix. He's on course for 6th, maybe 7th. These two fighting over 6th place in the race at the moment. Good to see the sun is finally out, shining down on us here in Latvia. It's been a 2 1-hour rain periods throughout the day. heavy at the bottom end of this circuit. Harp just chucking his Monster Energy Triumph in there though. Liam Evans, meanwhile, is to within 1 second of Lucas Coenen as they battle over third, as Harp closes in on Oriol Oliveira for 6th here. 2 to go for Sasha Coenen. Simon Langenfelder, Lucas Coenen, they're already over the line. Evans still there, pushing less than a second now for that 3rd place. Just around the corner there, on the face of the jump, as Harp duffs up Oriol Oliveira. He takes over that 6th place. The Spaniard comes back for more though. Good effort that by both riders. But Oliveira not taking any nonsense from the 11 from Denmark. Oh, heavy landing there for the rider in black and yellow. Evans has lost a little bit of ground to Lucas Coenen all of a sudden. 1.3 behind traffic for Oriol Oliveira. And Harp trying to stay out of the way. Different line there for Harp is Simon Langenfelder. Turning right instead of left. Oh, and another mistake. Wow, I'm going to say the wheels falling off of Langenfelder's gas there, metaphorically speaking. All of a sudden, that gives 15.5 seconds cushion to Sasha Coenen at the head of the field, who is on course for that 1st ever race win, 1st ever podium, 1st ever Grand Prix victory on that Red Bull KTM. And we're hoping there are no Galicia flashbacks from the Ram qualifying race, where he threw away the lead with half a lap to go. The speed has always been there, the talent has always been there. We saw that in his 125 European Championship days. We've seen flashes of it in MX2 this year. Getting that first top 3 was obviously a massive deal for him. And he has not been challenged all race long. Riders at the top end of the championship making mistakes all around him, including Lucas Coenen, number 96 here, who is hanging on to that 3rd place from Liam Evans. This will change the top 2 in the Grand Prix classification. If Evans finds his way by, Lucas Coenen will drop to 3rd overall. And we won't get the Coenen brothers 1-2. That would make a little bit of history in MX2. Look at Liam Evans just pushing every ounce of power out of that Red Bull KTM of his. They have a little bit of advantage over Elsinger. He's right there on the back of the Belgian here, number 72, on that 44 Monster Energy Yamaha. 3 riders fighting over 3rd. Elsinger has done well to bridge that gap. But making his way towards the finish line here, over the liquid moly jump for the final time, Sasha Coenen. A mistake there on the run to the finish, but he won't care. He wins race 2. He wins the MXGP of Latvia. Big moment for Sasha Coenen. Will he be joined on the 2nd step by his brother, though, number 96, Lucas Coenen? A lot depends if he can keep Evans at bay. It looks like that's going to happen. Langenfelder crosses the line in 2nd place. Lucas Coenen crosses the line in 3rd. He was 2nd in race 1. He shrugs the shoulders as he comes over the line, but it's going to be a Coenen brothers 1-2 here in Latvia. What a day, what a result. Finally, Sasha Coenen comes of age And he gets his first win, his first podium, his first race win to go with that first top 3 finish in race 1. Kai de Wolf will cross the line in 9th place. He will not be on the podium, but he will still lead the championship. Kai de Wolf crosses the line in a dejected 9th place for the Nestaan Husqvarna rider. He will have to turn right, head back to the paddock. Look at the joy and the emotion and the celebration there. As Sasha Coenen, congratulated by Lucas Coenen, as they celebrate a 1-2 this weekend. Incredible. Let's go down to Lisa. She's got Sasha Coenen.
Sasha Coenen, your first overall this season. You did it with a race win. This was meant to be your weekend.
Yeah, I did a really good start in second moto, and then, I don't know, I put a little bit of pressure on Kai, and he crashed, and I didn't saw him, and then, yeah, I just do my race, but so many mistakes, and yeah, it was so difficult weekend, I would say.
Enjoy the moment, Sasha.
Thank you.
What a moment for the number 19, Sacha Coenen and Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. A third and a first to pick up his first ever podium in MX2. Another Belgian adds his name to the history books in the history of the FIM Motocross World Championship. Good job, Sacha Coenen. The monkey is finally off the back. Give her the result then, shall we, of that second race. Sacha Coenen wins for Red Bull KTM. Simon Langenfelder second overall for Red Bull Gas. Third, Lucas Coenen, Nestaan Husqvarna. Liam Everts, Rick Elsinger for Monster Energy Yamaha. Monster Energy triumph of Mikkel Harp. Oriol Oliver for WZ and Adamo. De Wolf, Wolvort for SB Racing. And then Zanki, Prunier, Mikola, Kai Carsmakers, Dave Koika, Jack Chambers, Leopold Ambjornsen, Philip Olsen, William Voxen-Clayman, and Iago Martinez. Sacha Coenen taking the overall with a 3-1 here today. Lucas Coenen will join him on the podium in a historic brothers podium. Langenfelder third with the Wolf missing out, and Everts rounding out the top 5. Championship now looks like this. Kai de Wolf, who was 63 points clear at the start of race 2, is now 55 points clear of Lucas Coenen. Langenfelder there just, 7 points further back. Then we've got Everts and Adamo. But Sacha Coenen now moves up onto page 1. He's into 8th. Welcome to page 1, Sasha. Good effort today. Beneston drops down to 9th, of course injured. And Prunier, no change for him in 10th. Oliver moving up into 11th. No change in the manufacturers' standings. Husqvarna still lead the way from KTM and Gas. See that prep work going on down there at turn 1. That's where the Fox hole shot line is. And it was Kai de Wolf who got there first this time around for the second time this year. It will leave him with a black plate and a red plate as he continues to lead the championship. Tough race for him though. Sacha Coenen on top in those classifications though with 7. Heading down to the podium then, MX2 round 9 here, the MXGP of Latvia at Kegums, the Zelta Zergs circuit. And what a day it was as well. Simon Langenfelder with his 5th podium of the season will take to the 3rd step for Red Bull Gas Factory Racing. The German with his second back-to-back podium of the season. Hasn't done that since rounds 1 and 2 in Argentina and Spain. He now goes third in both Germany, his home Grand Prix a week ago, and now here in Latvia. Second overall, Lukas Coenen, Nestaan Husqvarna Factory Racing. 4 podiums in a row, 3 wins and a second. But what a day it's been for the Coenen family. Sasha Coenen gets a smack on the head from his brother as he walks across the front of the podium. Mum there in tears, she can't believe it. And Harry Norton, what a smile. The biggest smile in the paddock award to the team manager there at Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Sacha Coenen going 3-1 here this weekend. And Podzina handing the third place trophy to Simon Langenfelder. Another one for the trophy cabinet for the German. Martins Lasdowskis, the LAMSF president. He's the Latvian Motorcycle Federation. Handing that trophy to Lukas Coenen, the Nestaan Husqvarna Factory Racing. Langenfelder with his 19th career podium. But the FIM board member here handing the winner's trophy, the first of his career, to Sacha Coenen, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. What a day it has been for the young Belgian. Christos Sergis, the MXGP of Latvia organiser, handing the team trophy to Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Another proud moment for Harry Norton and the team. Kyle Wolf continues to lead the championship. The lead has been slashed ever so slightly over the course of the weekend. In fact, it was 59 when we arrived here before the qualifying race, wasn't it? So he's only lost 4 points in the greater scheme of things. But Mr. Antonio Elia Portela, the FIM CMS director, swift as always to deliver the good news to Kyle Wolf. He leads as we head to the halfway stage in Italy in 1 week's time. Team photo and the national anthem of Belgium for both Sasha and Lukas Coenen. Top 3 overall here, the MXGP of Latvia, MX2. Sacha Coenen getting a first ever race win and first ever podium. He does it on the top step as well for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. His team, his brother, Lukas Coenen for Nestaan Husqvarna Factory Racing, joins him there in second. Simon Langenfelder for Red Bull gets third. We'll talk to the top 3 in a moment, but here are the highlights from race 2. Wow, what a race we had for MX2 race 2. Simon Langenfelder thought he'd grab the foxhole shot. He ran wide. That opened the door for Kyle Wolf for the second time this year to hit the stripe. Sacha Coenen right there behind him in second. Andrea Adamo went upside down around about now. And he picked himself up right at the back, but behind Kyle Wolf, who was quickly into the lead, as we said. Sacha Coenen there in second, Lukas Coenen third. Everts, Quinton Prunier, Harrop. Then, as the race started to unfold, De Wolf fell from the lead. He picked himself up, and a few moments later, he fell again. Just here, too wide, off the track. Big hit there for him. And then he fell again somewhere else on the lap. It was really starting to fall apart for him, and at one point he was all the way down to 19th place. As Lukas Coenen then fell from second. A big moment top of the screen there for his brother as well. This was the third moment. And at that point, Kyle Wolf just had to regroup and see where we would end up. He started his charge, though, through the field. So too did Lukas Coenen. Found his way past Liam Everts, and so too did Harrop. And then Lukas Coenen got the better of Quinton Prunier. Harrop had that moment He picked himself up and would get back to 6th position. Lucas Coenen fell again. He maintained 3rd though. Rick Elzinga found his way past Oriol Oliver to move into 5th. That's where he would finish. But all eyes on the number 19 of Sasha Coenen. He went on to win the race and the Grand Prix here in Latvia.
Sasha Coenen, your first overall of the season, your first race win of the season. The starts have always been there, the talent's always been there, and after that first race with P3, it looks like the confidence is now there.
Yeah, I was feeling really good. Like after the first moto, I wasn't so happy, but I was feeling good with the track. Had a good speed, so yeah, I knew I could do it. But yeah, like second moto, I started second, and then Kai crashed, and I took the lead, and then I just managed to finish first, and I was so happy. Like when I crossed the finish line, I was like first win, so it's so nice.
Well deserved. Enjoy the moment. Thank you, Sasha. Second overall today, we have Lucas Coenen. Lucas, second in that first race. Race 2, a few mistakes, maybe struggling to find your flow. Are you feeling okay? And also, just on another note, it's nice to have Coenen 1-2.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for him. It's all those hard moments that he went through. Finally, he got a win, so that's super cool for him. But yeah, I took some big crashes second moto. Yeah, like I said, we need to work more with the bike, everything. So I mean, I struggled the whole weekend, let's say. So we need to build on this, and we'll see how the rest will go.
Thank you, Lucas. Third overall today, we have Simon Langenfelder. Simon, a 4th and a 2nd. Another 2nd podium for you. Just really solid, consistent. Little near miss at the end there, but are you happy with this result?
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't happy with my riding in the first moto. Then we made some setup changes, and I was feeling way better. So take some notes and go for the next one. Unfortunately, a small mistake there in the last few laps. I was trying to give it all, but yeah, congrats to Sasha for the win.
Thank you, Simon.
Yeah, unfortunate. The space of a couple of corners, Simon Langenfelder off track and almost down the next corner as well, but the Red Bull Gas rider recovered for 3rd overall with a 4th and a 2nd, his 19th career podium now in MX2. But making those changes worked for the better. A rider who wasn't feeling himself this weekend, number 96, Lucas Coenen. His 8th career podium. But probably going away from here thinking about what could have been and could have been closing down on the gap at the top of the championship. And with a first career podium and a first ever Grand Prix victory, first race win, number 19, Sasha Coenen, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. What a day. He mastered the conditions perfectly. And he leaves here as a Grand Prix winner in MX2. Congratulations to Red Bull KTM and Sasha Coenen on what's been a historic day, because it was a Coenen brothers 1-2 here at Kegums. We'll be back in just over a minute's time for MXGP Race 2. We'll see you then.
Motociklos, motorolerus, ūdens motociklus. Piekaramos laivas.